So last month, my mom announced at dinner that she had crunched the numbers and discovered our family was spending a shocking amount on haircuts. Dad, ever the supportive partner, nodded sagely and reminded her that he once trimmed his own bangs in college, which apparently made him a budgeting visionary. I should have known we were in trouble when my little sister started Googling DIY haircuts for dummies under the table. But I figured, hey, what's the worst that can happen? At least we'd save some cash, right? The weekend rolled around, and our dining room was transformed into a makeshift salon. Mom set up a stool, a mirror propped on a stack of cookbooks, and, most disturbingly, a pair of garden shears just in case the kitchen scissors weren't sharp enough. Dad went first, and after 15 minutes of Mom snipping away with an intensity usually reserved for Black Friday sales, he emerged with a hairstyle best described as abstract topiary. Not to be outdone, Dad insisted on returning the favor, and Mom ended up looking like she'd lost a bet with a weed whacker. My sister and I exchanged looks, but before we could escape, Mom brandished the shears and declared us next. Fast forward to family portrait day, and the photographer tried her best to hide her horror. My bangs were as uneven as a mountain range, my sister's hair looked like she'd been attacked by a flock of angry birds, and Dad's head had more bald spots than a golf course. Mom tried to compensate by wearing a giant hat, but it just made things worse. The photographer kept asking us to tilt our heads and stand in the shade, presumably to hide the carnage, but there's only so much Photoshop can do. When the portraits arrived, even the dog looked embarrassed in the picture. My aunt said we looked like the before shot in a miracle hair growth commercial. But hey, at least my parents were right about saving money. Now we can use those family photos to scare away door-to-door salesmen. Turns out, the real hedge fund was on our heads all along.